Hello mga kapanga! Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Hey Adam G. So it's Holy Week right now, so that's why I'm taking a breather from uploading any content right now here on my YouTube channel. But allow me to still come up with one more MUPH content before we take a short break. Allow me pa rin to present you my preliminary assessment or thoughts of these 10 frontrunners in the ongoing competition. With the activities set to resume next week pa, maybe this is the perfect time for me to assess them on what they have been doing and what they still have to improve as we look forward to their respective performances during the all-important preliminary competition 2 weeks from now. So here's how I'll do it here. I'll be dividing them into two groups. The first group are the frontrunners who are the pageant veterans, and the other group are the frontrunners na fresh faces. So here we go. So let's start with the frontrunners na fresh faces. So on my first spot is Amanda Russo from Pasay City. You know what difference 3 weeks make for this beautiful lady? Itong babaeng ito ang currently na umaalagwa in this year's competition. Kumbaga in Shamsi and Pia's slumbook, peaking at the right time. It all started with her Hello Glow look and performance where it was the first time for the public to witness how promising she is as a contestant. Maganda, matangkad, matalino, at maganda rin ng credentials, di ba? But that simple Hello Glow Q&A really made pageant fans lalo na take a second look on her. And if you all have been checking out her interviews with my fellow pageant media friends online, this lady really has something to give. Her freshness and eloquence. And so, I'm no longer surprised that she's slowly climbing in everyone's list. In the roll call with her fellow Hello Glow finalists, after they walk down the ramp on stage, talagang litaw na litaw talaga yung kanyang kagandahan at lalo na yung katangkaran niya. And so, I really feel all eyes are on her at the moment that she has the momentum going for her right now. However, if there's one thing I would like for her to work on, is her pasarela skills. It's still not as polished as the other frontrunners, and if her Q&A skills is her perceived strength, or in order for her to get to the top 5 Q&A, which is her strength, then she really has to wow us with both her looks and pasarela first. Admittedly, when I watched both her runway and Aqua Boracay performances, she still wasn't that powerful in the ramp, especially kung lalo na sa MUPH finals, sunod-sunod sila, masasandwich siya between Winwin and Kat Legado na tawagin sa top 20 announcement. Oh no, diba? So she really has to pay attention in this first and foremost. So I would like her to sport a new look talaga for prelims and finals as her high pony and bond look are starting to wear off for me. So it is in this note that I would like for her to work on. Perhaps wearing her hair down in bouncy curls could make her look fresh on stage, and especially with a gown that will also play up to her towering height. Panalong-panalo talaga. What do you think? Now let's go to Gwendolene Melis naman from Baguio City. She really has one of the best faces of the competition because of that angelic face, and I am so happy to see she has hired the best set of stylists to really help her with her bid in this year's MUPH. Tatahimik-tahimik lang siya dito nung umpisa sa MUPH, pero ramdam mo talagang consistency niya in nailing all her looks the moment that she introduced herself during the press presentation, all the way to her Aqua Boracay swimsuit performance 2 weeks ago. Mukha pa lang niya, panalong-panalo na rin talaga. And at this point, dapat talaga matakot na sa kanyang mga frontrunners because of her consistency. Kasi ang ganda-ganda ng lakad niya, ang ganda ng facial transitions niya when she's walking, and she really is doing everything right. So at this point, all I want from her is to really slay her communication skills, because if I'm to gauge her performances during her personality showcase and Q&A round during her nationals, it left me wanting for more. She isn't as powerful as how she always looks when it comes to Q&A. Siguro, the best way to remedy this is to really open herself up more on her socials. Since I no longer have access to them, maybe showcasing one's other side or personality could really help her bring out her best when it comes to public speaking. Kasi for me, nakukulangan ako sa personality ni Miss Baguio off stage. Pero plakado naman siya lahat sa rampa and looks. So she really needs to let loose and be relaxed when she finally reaches the Q&A round. So we now go to the next girl, which is Tyra Goldman from Bohol. She is another lady who really has so much potential to do well here in Miss Universe Philippines. But for some reason, she is not resonating strong as what I had hoped her to be. Don't get me wrong, guys. She has the look, the personality, and the gift of gab to do well. But am I the only person who thinks she is slowly fading in the background? To date, it's only her personality showcase performance which truly impressed me the most. But in terms of looks, styling, and even pasarela, she has been underwhelming. Pero my pageant media friends have been telling me how beautiful she is in person. But I'm so sad to see that she and her camp could not translate this in terms of looks and performance. And for all her sheer beauty in person, she still comes out very flat for me. And I really can't find a solution for this disconnect, considering that she has the international pageant experience already. So, could it be her styling? Could it be her pasarela skills? Could be, because kung tatanungin niyo ako, she really looks so stiff in this aspect. And I'm so sad that this lady hasn't been living up to her potential. That beautiful face isn't really enough to save her in the competition. So I hope she is working double time to improve her pasarela skills. Parang for me kasi, to be honest with you guys, if you break it down, she fits the mold. She definitely fits the mold. Ganda, great skin, height, pero hindi ko talaga siya nararamdaman o napapansin. She performs well, but when you try to do a recall of all of them, you sometimes don't remember her, as she hasn't done anything significant in the competition. And if she doesn't do anything impactful in the upcoming prelims, she really might suffer. And sayang, kasi nasa kanya na lahat ng qualities. As in, I really can see her being a chameleon. So she really has to work her presence on stage and off stage para hanap-hanapin din siya ng mga tao. And now let's go to my next lady. And she is Eloya Haud from Laguna. For everything this lady has shown to us from the very beginning, I am very pleased to let you know that she has been making huge strides in the competition. Grabe, she totally lived up to the fan hype that she has what it takes to win Miss Universe Philippines this year. Umpisa pa lang, umaarangkada na siya sa styling niya during the press presentation despite being hampered by minor makeup issues. As na-address naman niya ito, yung makeup styling niya na maayos afterwards, na hindi niya siya mukhang dark at ang aliwalas na niya tignan from then on. And one good thing about Eloya here is that she really listens to feedback and always comes out stronger in the next activity. But more than that, it's really her looks and styling which have captivated me the most. She is always dressed to her body shape, height, kaya bukod sa maganda na siya, humahaba pa lalo siyang tignan on stage. And it really helps that she is blessed with stunning body proportions, which is aided by a great styling team. So she always looks almost perfect from head to toe. So it is in this regard talaga that I would like her and her team to really come out with a winning gown for the finals. I'm hoping that she will refrain from wearing sequin gowns o yung mga gowns na may mga maraming bato-bato and continue her solid color-coded gowns that she has been wearing since her provincial pageant. Because if you will ask me, her look during her provincial pageant is her best ever look for the competition by far. And she still has to top that. Kaya this lady should really give me a Christy McGarry styling during the prelims and finals na kahit walang bling-bling, litaw na litaw pero yung magiging kagandahan niya. And so apart from looks, I also like that how she has been slaying her catwalk challenges lately. Napansin nyo guys, napaka-chill, napaka-relax, suwabe lang maglakad ni Eloya every time I see her footages online. And especially sa Aqua Boracay last time, this is where I noticed her that she just delivers just the right amount of sass and sexiness for her catwalk na hindi overdone kahit na super loud and fun ng music. And I just finished watching the Queen's Runway Netflix documentary, and out of all the girls that Mama J has been subtly hinting about the qualities that she likes for in a contestant, parang feeling ko kay Eloy sa nakikita ko lahat yun this year. So doon pa lang, I really feel that she's doing well at the moment. Marunong sumunod, makiramdam sa gusto ng organization, and I'm pretty sure the organization is really noticing her. So if there's one thing that I would like for her to improve at this moment, is her interview skills. I hope she's preparing strong for her closed-door interview, as her online interviews aren't the best in the lot, as I did not include her in my personality showcase list last time. So I hope that she'll be more personable and confident in her interview performances soon to finally seal the deal. Because I'm telling you guys, at this point, Eloisa has a very huge chance to win the crown this year. I may have never seen her yet or met her, but ramdam ko talagang kabaitan niya just basing from what she has been showing us since the beginning. And malaking bagay yun And finally, we go to our last lady here under my category of frontrunners na fresh faces. And I'm giving it to Dr. Gabby Carbalo from Cebu City. I really like this lady so much because I have seen how hardworking she has been as a contestant. Aminin ko, when she got crowned in her nationals, I wasn't really fully blown away as I felt her look there was quite dated. However, things have changed over the past few months as I feel I have seen her metamorphosis as a candidate. Umaayos na yung styling niya, as yung mukha niya, mukha ng batang tignan. Kasi natututukan na niya ang dapat niyang i-address in terms of walk and styling. So, nag-i-improve na talaga siya. And for me, as I talk to you about her right now, I see she is at the same level as Bella Ismael in 2020. Na alam mong aalagwa talaga pa nabigyan ng mikropono as I feel she could destroy everyone's hot picks. So she really just has to push hard and get through in order to get to the top 10 or top 5 microphone portions. Like, I won't expect her to be the most pasabog in terms of pasarela, but once she gets the microphone, once she gets to hold the microphone, she could really do a Cindy or Benita or Stacey Gabriel, and it could be game over. So my advice for her right now is to really come out with her best look and styling, which I feel should be hair down, as I feel it's her most powerful look. And she can do that by sticking or highlighting her oriental beauty more. Because her stylists have been slowly getting it right. Kasi she looks so young and fresh, like Patch Magtanong in her swim photo challenge. Tapos Rachel Peters naman in her Hello Glow styling with a bit of Bea Gomez during her runway challenge. So it's all about perfecting that look for prelims. So the mission for her now is to get hold of that microphone in the end, because I know she will do well in her closed-door interview. If she could inject a bit of her personality there, the judges will definitely remember her, and that could be a telling factor for her going to finals, assuming she nails her prelims look. Now let's go to the next group of my content here, which are the frontrunners na pageant veterans naman. And so we begin this list with Winwin Marquez from Muntinlupa. If there's one lady who I am really impressed the most here in this year's batch, it's really her, Winwin Marquez. You can see she is always doing her best when it comes to everything. Her walk is new and refreshing every time you see her. Na nakikita mo talaga na binabagayan niya talaga sa every sponsored event na pinupuntahan nila. And when it comes to her styling naman, she knows what she is doing, as you don't see her looking old. Like, nadadaya niya talaga as she looks the same age as her fellow contestants, and that she looks tall at the same time. So apart from that, she has so much personality then, lalo na when she speaks. She really speaks well. And then she also involves her family in her candidacy, which makes her so different now. So at this point, there is nothing to really criticize about her because it really feels like she is on top of everything. And it is in this note that I feel a win-win victory in Miss Universe Philippines could really be beneficial for the Miss Universe Philippines organization. Because for me, Winwin is the missing, because I feel Winwin is the missing piece in the Miss Universe Philippines organization right now, na she could be the MUPH counterpart of Catriona Gray in Binibining Pilipinas and Miss Universe, or the Megan Young to Julia Morley's Miss World. So for me kasi, Winwin is the type of girl who can really be part of any organization even after her reign, which MUPH I feel is lacking right now. Na she could be a pasarela coach for the girls. She could be tapped as a host for their future events. Pwede pa siya maging backstage correspondent. So, ang dami-dami niyang pwedeng gawin for MUPH given her showbiz connections, considering that MUPH is still a young company. Kasi napapansin ko, majority of MUPH title holders now, if they won't be absorbed as Mercator models eventually, they no longer have an active role in the organization even when their reign is over. So this is where I feel Winwin could come in handy. So yes, you could say that she is really my lady to beat in this year's competition at this point in time. But in order for Winwin to reach this long-term goal that I want for her, then she really has to develop that winning mindset that she has, what it takes to win Miss Universe Philippines more than anything else. Because with everything that she has been showing to us lately, I just don't want to see her settle or think low or mediocre for herself. Instead, I want her to have that Catriona mindset before, which is, it's really Miss Universe or nothing here, because it could really enhance or boost her stock as an established international pageant title holder already. And for someone like her, it's really do or die. So Winwin, please don't settle for anything less. Ilaban mo talaga to ng patayan hanggang huli. And now, let's go to our next candidate. And she is Ilana Aduana from Siniloan, Laguna. When it comes to being extra and performance level to the nth level, I think nobody could compete with Ilana at this point. Just like Winwin and Atisa, kung international pageant experience lang din ang ang pag-uusapan, hindi matatawaran ang galing ng isang Ilana Aduana. Kaso, I hope Ilana realizes it's not really being extra with her performances which will bring her to her ultimate dream crown. And I hope she finally had the time to watch the Queen's Runway Netflix documentary of Miss Universe Philippines just to emphasize the points that I have been telling her to improve. Because the giggle has always been there. And while the fans appreciate it, I'm starting to feel it's turning the opposite for pageant observers like me, especially if I relate to what I also learned from watching the Netflix documentary of MUPH. Because feeling ko, na-observe ng organization yung mga napapansin ko. And only the forthcoming finals night will definitely tell if the judges will have the same feedback or observation that we are having at the moment. But you know what, guys? For everything that we have told Ilana to simmer down or relax, I still commend her for marching to the beat of her own drum. Because rain or shine, you can count on her to really perform. But when I talk about performance, I hope it's really something that we haven't seen from her in a long while. Because to date, the best wow look and performance of Ilana for me is how I was so mesmerized of her when she walked in that beautiful Marachua gown during Binibining Pilipinas 2022. Na she was so magical there in that moment. And so I would like for her to go back to that look and aura where it's her beauty of face and elegance which will do the talking more than her extra or excessive movement on stage or even off stage. Na ganda-gandahan lang at fresh-freshan lang the moment that she comes out. At hindi na yung gigil and too serious to prove a point. Ilana, if only you are doing your research about what MUPH truly wants in its winner, hindi pa talaga huli ang lahat. And let's now go to Katrina Legado from Taguig City. Next to Winwin, this lady has been very consistent for me in terms of everything. Plakado palagi ang styling niya from head to toe, umaaura ng bongga, lumalakad ng maganda for me, like she can really kill any modeling competition out there. But for some reason, no matter how she kills it all the time, I still feel it's not enough. Parang may kulang pa rin. Ako lang ba nakakapansin? And maybe I'm still looking for more in terms of social media presence from Katrina. yes, she has been doing everything right. But if you analyze her side by side with her fellow frontrunners, I feel we are not getting to see what she is all about on her second try here in Miss Universe Philippines. A comeback, more than winning the crown, should always mean something big for a pageant veteran like her. Like how Katrina was for Binibining Pilipinas back in 2018. Or how Atisa is currently on her second try here in Miss Universe Philippines na relax at lambot-lambutan na ang kanyang branding, di ba? And for me, medyo sa narrative aspect ako nakukulangan for Katrina right now as I feel she is not making waves on social media or she is not giving her candidacy the social media presence that it really needs considering that she has a steady following already. So in other words, I really want her to create more impact beyond the runway. Hence, it's about time that we finally get to see the Katrina Legado 2.0 beyond her iconic conquering 9 mountains line before. Ooh, I'm so excited to finally talk about her. Let's now go to Chelsea Fernandez from Sultan Kudarat. I am glad that she finally ditched her tan talaga for us to see her authentic beauty. But unfortunately, it's this early experimentation with her look which caused her to make up for lost time in catching up with her fellow frontrunners in the competition. Just like Amanda, she finally made waves during the Hello Glow event, and I think that was her most defining performance in the competition by far. But even I myself only rank her third overall in this sponsored activity as I feel it wasn't the winning Chelsea look for me despite ramping down well during that time. So I really feel the reason why Chelsea hasn't really been giving the major frontrunner status tag in the competition is because she hasn't really been giving us her winning look yet. As all of it is because of her unnecessary experimentation earlier on. When she looked so gorgeous in her swimsuit and evening gown photo challenge, I feel she was so unrecognizable there as that tan veered away from the true authentic Chelsea we have known before. And I don't know if it's only the hairstyle or the lack of creativity in hairstyle, but Chelsea hasn't been hitting home run for me lately. And the evidence was quite clear when she wasn't included in the top 8 final announcement of Aqua Boracay event. And so, I'm wondering now, why someone like Chelsea Fernandez was ignored by Aqua Boracay sponsors despite having a great performance. Ito talaga yung palaisipan sa akin ngayon eh. Why isn't she connecting well with me or even the Aqua Boracay sponsors 2 weeks ago? Since I'm no longer allowed to cover Miss Universe Philippines, I could no longer see for myself how Chelsea really looks in person. May mali ba? May kulang ba? Could it be that she hasn't really nailed her winning look yet? Or could it be a makeup problem as I found her makeup foundation a bit thick during the Hello Glow event? Hindi ko masabi eh. The pasarela is there, but the looks haven't been giving for me. So I really feel a good hairstyle or wardrobe will really make her queenly aura come out finally. And I hope to finally see that during preliminary competition. But moreover, at this point in time, I also want her personality to come out more in her walk in the last crucial activities or events. Because as I see it now, baka ito rin yung problem eh. Just hear me out on this ha. But let me know if I could be wrong. It's a different Chelsea that we are seeing on stage versus the fun, animated, baklang-baklang Chelsea that we are seeing off stage. Gets? For instance, ewan ko kung ako lang ba yung natutuwa sa kanya during the Wendy sponsor event where she was seen na nagagandahan kay Atisa when she saw her during the contract signing. And then yung pala, kasama rin pala siya sa magko-contract signing din. And nung lumapit na si Atisa sa kanya, she went all out animated and fun after that encounter. So yung mga ganung baklang-baklang personality, sana yung ilabas ni Chelsea sa kanyang lakad for her to really show warmth in the runway. Because if you see all her MUPH glam photos so far, her photos don't reflect it. Because she's always fierce and not smiling. So it is in this note that I would like for her to be an Edimar Martinez or Irene Eser when it comes to doing her pasarela on stage. Still have that little bit of fierceness while smiling na having a bouncy walk to give it a character. Kasi ganun sina Edimar and Irene Esser before, di ba? Napansin nyo na sobrang light lang ng pakiramdam or tignan when they are walking na hindi masyadong nag-facial transitions na medyo maliwalas lang talagang tignan. Now, if only Chelsea can translate her baklang personality to her onstage performance, then it could propel her to the top. What do you think? And finally, we go to the last lady whom I consider a frontrunner for this year's competition. And no surprise, she is Atisa Manalo from Quezon Province. Hands down, she is really the star of this year's pageant. Feeling ko half of the fandom following Miss Universe Philippines this year is because of Atisa, as she has slowly developed a huge fan base. International one for that, in the last 7 years that she has been in the pageant industry. So is she confirming to the hype? Well, ito ang pag-usapan natin ngayon sa kanya kasi feeling ko, hindi. Hindi niya nasusustain yung great expectations natin sa kanya for the second try in Miss Universe Philippines this year. And gets ko naman why hindi siya ganun ka-formidable this year because she only decided to join at the last minute. She was already setting her sights to politics before she decided to join again at the last minute. Hence, the Atisa that we are seeing in Miss Universe Philippines this year is very inconsistent. Minsan, sobrang ganda niya like how she looked during the press presentation. Minsan, sablay naman yung mga looks niya sa mga sponsored events after. Numerous online challenges. Pati yung Hello Glow event niya. Pero wag ka! Pumakak sa ayos ang makeup at lakad niya nung Aqua Boracay recently. So if I were to summarize her performance right now, parang laging ganito. Up, down, lulubog, lilitaw, lulubog, lilitaw. And I don't know if it's part of her strategy or a result of her last-minute preparation, but these so-called mistakes are really glaring. Luckily, there is Aces at Queens, her original camp, to help her on her second try. And so far, malaking bagay na napapakalma at relax nila si Atisa, which I really think suits her now, na hindi nagigil, maayos, at malinis na uli maglakad. And I know some of you may be wondering why I did not include her in my top picks for the runway challenge, and it's because I felt there was nothing new or powerful that Atisa showed there in that segment of the competition. Yung lakad at ayos niya doon were reminiscent of her walk during Miss Cosmo last year. Her fuchsia gown naman there, kung napansin niyo, whether she chose it for herself or not, reminded me of her look in Binibining Pilipinas 2018. So wala akong nakitang bago, and I feel ang daming ibang contestants ang mas umangat doon sa challenge na yon. But having said that, is that enough for me to lose my trust in Atisa as a frontrunner? Still no. Still no. Atisa is still a frontrunner in my eyes. Because I feel that she did not need to be on top of every online challenge or every other challenge just to prove how strong she is. Because she is Atisa Manalo already. So I just want her to nail her look every time she comes out from now on. Just like what she did in the last Miss Universe Philippines activity, which was the swimsuit competition in Aqua Boracay. And because I really thought bumalik na naman yung sigla niya with her makeup and performance here, which is really great. Kaso, eto na. Masusustain na naman kaya niya ba ito for the rest of the activities leading to the finals on May 2? Will she be able to wow us again in the forthcoming Arete Fashion Show in Tagaytay and the crucial preliminary competition? At this point, kung tatanungin niyo talaga ako, dapat ang trajectory ni Atisa by now, with 3 weeks left, dapat pataas na ng pataas. Pag ganun na dapat. At wala na dapat na let up for another look let down. So I hope by now naisip na niya yung winning look niya for prelims and finals, and I hope it's not so sexy again like what she had for last year. Now, if she gets to sort out her winning look for the finals, she could really see herself getting her dream crown this year. Because for me, an Atisa win in Miss Universe Philippines this year is very strategic. First, it will disregard the notion that former Binibining Pilipinas title holders can't win Miss Universe Philippines. And another thing is that it will guarantee us a sure placement in Miss Universe, Whether it's top 5, 10, or 20, I really feel sure placement tayo sa Miss Universe this year because notwithstanding her performance, I really feel Atisa is not the type of contestant that the Miss Universe organization can easily ignore, especially if we also have to take into consideration her huge fan base. And all of this, lahat ng sinasabi kong ito, will definitely come into fruition if she has finally learned her lessons from her Miss Cosmo experience last year. Na feeling ko, at this juncture of the competition, hindi pa rin niya natututunan pag-aralan o improve yung mga pagkakamali niya from Miss Cosmo before. And I still see bits and pieces of it, whether on or off stage, here in her current Miss Universe Philippines journey. There you go, guys. What do you think about my content here? How do you all feel about my preliminary assessment or thoughts about our 10 leading candidates, in my opinion, in this year's competition? Agree ba kayo or disagree? Well, please let me know your thoughts down below as I would love to see all your feedback on my comment section. And once again, thank you all for listening. Have a blessed Holy Week ahead, guys. Magkita-kita ulit tayo next week for another bunch of my content here on my YouTube channel. Until my next video, guys. Bye!